reporting that Hillary Clinton is getting ready to put together an exploratory committee. Matt Katz, what about Governor Chris Christie? He's doing the same?
He will be. We absolutely expect him to do the same thing, but first what's going to happen is he's going to start concentrating on New Jersey again. This guy's been out of town for almost half of the year. He did 90 events out of state in the last 2 months alone, working for Republicans in the midterm elections, governors, congressional candidates, Senate candidates. So the first thing we're going to see in the coming weeks is him turning his attention back toward the Garden State. He's supposed to be in Atlantic City next week. He's got a pension reform commission out there. He's got Sandy Aid, a lot of Sandy Aid that still has to be distributed. There are problems there. And then after the first of the year, that's when I think we're going to start to see rumblings of some sort of exploratory committee or PAC or whatever mechanism it is that they use to get him to start ramping up a presidential campaign. He says officially that he'll make the decision in the beginning of the year. And I'm told privately that nothing to worry about on the front for the remainder of 2014. There's also another big thing hanging out there, Andrea, as you know very well. The federal government is still investigating the governor and many of his associates for his role in Bridgegate and other related scandals. So the idea of announcing a candidacy before that's all settled might be premature.
Their strategy on that is just to sort of power through that, though, right? I mean, that's what they've done so far.
Sure, but I think an indictment of, let's say, a Christie associate after he announces an exploratory committee, after he announces his candidacy, would be more damaging than a indictment of an associate before that happens. If it happens before, they can deal with it, power through, but he's not an official presidential candidate. It'll be a lot more complicated afterwards.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, you think about the fact that other candidates, Republican candidates out there, have legal issues facing them. Scott Walker,
Rick Perry,
right? So it's sort of like, everybody get in the pool.
Yeah, it's like a thing you got to do. You got to have some sort of clout around you if you want to run for president, I guess. But I imagine he had lunch with some billionaires the day after the election at the Four Seasons in Manhattan.
It's kind of amazing when you think about that, right? He had just been to 19 states. He had just done, 5 morning shows? And then he went and had lunch with Steve Wynn and some other very wealthy people at the Four Seasons.
And he barely even had a voice because he was campaigning so much and making so many speeches, and yet he had enough of a voice to talk to the billionaires. He says he was whispering through much of the day, and I think kind of that's what you're going to see. He's going to be doing some whispering in the coming weeks, but I don't think we're going to see anything official until after the holidays.
All right, thank you so much. You can follow us on Twitter at Rouse_Karen, at MattKatz00, and at Andrea WNYC. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks, Andrea.
Thanks, guys.
WNYC's Andrea Bernstein and Karen Rouse, and New Jersey Public Radio's Matt Katz. This is WNYC.
WNYC support comes from Charles P. Rogers Bed Company, bed makers in New York for 7 generations, located at 26 West 17th Street and open to the public, featuring their newest collection of beds and mattresses, including the St. Regis Pillow Top. More at charlesprogers.com. Mark's Bookkeeping, with over 14 years of service, providing bookkeeping services to businesses, startups, and nonprofits, supporting all bookkeeping software. More at marksbookkeeping.com. This is Weekend Edition from NPR News. I'm Linda Wertheimer. In England, where cheese and pickles are a lunchtime staple, cheesemaking is an ancient art. But recently, English cheese has been getting a lot of attention from scientists who want to study the microbes in the cheese. Reporter Carrie Smith recently attended a conference where scientists and farmers chewed over the finer points of cheesemaking.
The county of Somerset in southwest England